Oh, hey, what's going on, y'all? Back with another one, back with another one, back with another one. All right, we're talking about modern day politics. What's going on around the world? Let's see what's going on. Get this show on the road. Yeah, let me hit something real quick. Yeah, get that done out the way. Set them over here real quick. All right, let me edit it real quick. Okay. Get my little educational. Yeah, get this on the way. Yeah. Let me talk about the mass shooting. Got some new update on that. Well, the mass shooter is Latino, fortunately. He's a high school dropout. He killed a lot of people, and it's kind of fucked up. He killed some, I think, 21 kids, and I think, like I said, the last time in part one, and then part two, since my internet was knocking me off the stream. So this is kind of like a sad situation. Um, yes, the boy was 18, and now they're debating if you have guns or not guns. I mean, I'm so tired of this argument. This goes back to 2017, but you see this all the time in situation in modern politics. So I've seen this a lot. Normally, people just chime in what's going on, and I'm like, this is the type of shit that we should discuss, like future tense or whatever. But like I was saying before, I say it again, most people just don't have the proper understanding of what's going on. And I think, the shooting and all that, now they're trying to see, they're going to try to take guns away. And it's like a method. No, it's not that. It's just the issue is everybody's losing their grip. So it's payback for all the times that this country was founded on violence. So guns is not really the problem. The problem is who's holding it. You just can't really get upset when people do stuff like that. I'm just telling it like it is. No one really cares. Most people see it for what it is. And you got to look at the factors that people will go to lengths to defend these rights. But it's not like the rights that was made for us, it was made for them for protection. See, when they conquested the land, that's what you got to boil down to. So what I've noticed recently in events, the war is going on and over there in Ukraine, and you know, it's just pretty much the same. And then same here in GA. So she's campaigning about the healthcare thing, and that's what she's gonna win off on. Basically, the healthcare factor is what people gets triggered, and they know these things based off what I can tell is that she's like the main candidate that's going against Brian Kemp. It's going to be very interesting. It's going to be an interesting year. And I said this before, and I told y'all this is going to be a thing in the future. So you got to watch these women. They taking charge. And I've heard somebody won something in France as a prime minister, and she won as a female. Macron's the president, but there's a female prime minister. See, I try to tell you, they trying to get in power. I ain't gonna speak on the tea people in Argentina. I saw a protest. I told you, I mean, this world is really is out there, man. They letting you know they showing their hand early. So we gotta understand something real quick. People are just out here to get attention. So the whole purpose of doing so is just like what it is. And I mean, what's going on in the world today is like, it's bad as usual. It's pretty much normal. Like I said, after that pandemic, people went back to the way they've done. It was a reset on certain things, jobs and, you know, things like that nature, but it just did not change any bit. In modern politics, you see the policies change. You see the elections coming in 2 years. Things are speeding up. For what I can tell, people still talking about the shooting. It's kind of boring to talk about it long term. So I was talking about that last night, and then I found some new details. I was like, "Well, damn, this boy had a." They say he had like the other one had a manifesto, but this one didn't. So these school shooters and this like depression thing is really real out here. It's really real out here. So it's not really anything that what's going on in nature. But the situation in modern politics, I think that's just pretty much normal. And what's going on in the world today, it's pretty much bad out here. On go current events. I'll say modern current current events. I'll say modern current events, New York Times, breaking daily. Let's talk about the daily world. Let's see what's going on here, y'all. Because I ain't have much to add. So let's go. Let's go here for a quick. We're gonna screen share. You know, I have to do screen shares. You niggas hate when I screen share. Oh, this nigga crazy. Ah. I don't care what you niggas think. Y'all know what time it is. Okay. Let's see right here. Okay, the dailyherald.com. Yeah. Associated Press, Georgia Secretary of State, Raffensperger beats Trump Alley. Yep, Trump Alley. 25th, 2022, 2022, 7 a.m. Georgia's Secretary of State of Brad Rassensberger has won the Republican primary in a bid to keep his job. He called him a Trump alley. Okay, today in history, May 20, May 25, death of George Floyd. Oh yeah, it's here since his death. Yeah, and the guy was charged the next year. But Fitnelli don't even like that when I call him fentanyl. That nigga's hurt. He tries to say he died with fentanyl in his system, nigga. No, he didn't, nigga. No, he didn't. I did my own research too. Shouts out to DeAndre for giving me that info though from last year. And then I did my own research. He was right. And I said, oh shit. And other sources say he was dead. So yeah, Fitnelli, you're hurt. Go sit down. That's still over his head. And I still call him that in the chat to this day. That nigga is still hurt. That's that L. He got to take that L on that one. All right. It's been a year since George Floyd's death. See, that's sad too. And people believe George Floyd, this and that nigga, you don't even know the situation. Who cares about his past? Like, it's irrelevant. That was a setup for his death. Just like the Ahmaud Arbery. That's all I care about. I don't care what niggas think. Anyways, today in history, today, Wednesday, May 25th, the 114th day of 2022, there are 220 days left in the year. Midterm updates. Raffensperger beats Trump endorse heist. Georgia's Secretary of State of Brad Raffensperger had won the Republican primary in a bid to keep his job. Kennesaw in Georgia launches new policy for cars use less than 49 miles day. Uh oh. The gunman kills 19 children in Texas school rampage. An 18-year-old gunman opened fired on Texas elementary school, killing and at least 19 children as he went from classroom to classroom in the nation's deadliest school shooting in nearly a decade. Yeah. Relatives were mourning in the wake of elementary school shooting. And okay. Georgia's Governor Brian Kemp defeats David Perdue in the Georgia primary. Of course, he defeats him in the primary. And yeah. Let's talk about the new policies. So I pressed on the Kennesaw State launches new car policies. Drivers in Georgia amazed by hidden rebates when they use their car less than 50 miles a day. Uh-oh. Welcome. We're glad Georgia's on your mind. Georgia drivers do not pay your next car insurance bill until you read this. If you are currently insured, drive less than 50 miles a day, and live in a qualified zip code, you may get an extremely high discount. And additionally, you can get even more discount. When Miranda entered her zip code in insurance.com.org, she was shocked. She found out that she is overpaying her local insurance agent, and she was able to get a car insurance much cheaper. Uh-oh. And we managed to reduce our insurance premium by 50%, and only wish we had discovered this sooner, Miranda exclaimed. When drivers visit unbiased sites like insurancecomparison.org, they can view all the best rates in their area. Survey data indicates that it's possible to save 500 plus per year on their car insurance rates. Old 6-month premium, $119.50 a month. Yeah, with your payment, and then new is 6 months premium, $36, 40 cents per month. Yep. We're overcharged by insurance agent. Take 2 times out of your day to protect yourself from overpaying. No, you've never locked into your current policies. If you're currently paid your current policies, you can easily cancel, and balance will be refunded. Here's how we do it. Step one, simply tap your age below and enter your zip code on the next page. Number two, fill out some basic information in order to review quotes from top companies. Select your age. And that's what they say, select your age and rates. Oh, damn. So been a 40 digits. Yeah, comparisons.org and all that. Okay, we're going to leave that alone. That's a Georgia thing if y'all want to read an article. If y'all want to read the article, let's see if I can get that paste. Yeah. Oh shit. Well, sorry folks, I didn't give you that article. Damn. Yeah, my connection is good now. It's on some bullshit last night, so we're gonna be good tonight. Yeah. So much for that. We're gonna knock it off. Just read it. I can't give y'all the article. That shit's long. It won't let me hit that. Let me see. That's a sponsor content. Let me try something. Let me copy this. Let's put this in the chat. And it's a long feed. Yeah. Yeah. I had to put it somewhere else. I couldn't put it in this chat. But y'all get the point. Yeah, y'all get the point. Y'all get the point. So yeah. We're done with that. We're gonna see Raffensperger, Trump rally, midterm. We're gonna get into that real quick. Let's talk about a little politics today. Midterm updates: Alabama Governor Evie avoids GOP runoff. WJ Mongol votes in the Arkansas primary election in St. Mark's Baptist Church in Little Rock, Tuesday, May 24th, 2022. The Arkansas Democrat. Okay, okay, Montgomery, Alabama. Alabama Governor Evie has turned back 8 primary challenges to win GOP uh, gubernatorial nomination without a runoff in a race that pushed her face I mean, push her far to the right. EV77 is seeking her second full term and will meet whoever emerges from the Democratic primary of six poorly financed candidates in November. Oh, this is going to be very, very interesting. Facing a challenge from candidates who portrayed themselves as more conservative, Evie repeat former President Donald Trump's false claims about election theft, pulled a pistol out of her purse in a television commercial. Evie was catapulted to the state's top office when Robert Bentley resigned in 2017. She easily won her full term in 2018. Georgia, Arkansas, Alabama, Texas, and Minnesota are holding primary elections Tuesday. Here's what you should know. Kemp governor wins Georgia GOP governor's race in sting rebuke of Trump. Georgia U.S. Senate race will pit Walmart against Walker. Georgia Secretary of State Raffensperger faces Trump ally. Representative Mayor Taylor Greene wins GOP primary in test of her divisive policies. Unopposed Stacey Abrams still a target in a Republican primary. She's going to win that. Ex-Trump press secretary, yes, this is midterm right now. Other developments: Montgomery, Alabama Republican primaries for U.S. Senate is going to the June runoff between Katie Britt and the U.S. Representative Mo Brooks. After either candidate captures in a majority of the vote, the winner of the runoff will face a Democratic nominee in November to determine who will represent the reliable Republican district as the successor to retiring GOP's Senator Richard Shelby. Britt is Shelby's former chef. Former chief of staff and the former leader of the Business Council of Alabama. Brooks is a six-term congressman from North Alabama. Former President Donald Trump initially endorsed Brooks in the race, but withdrew the endorsement in March. The two edge out Mike Durant, business and best known as the helicopter pilot shot down and captured in the events of the Chronicle and Black Hawk Down. Shelby, one of the Senate's most senior members, announced last year that he would not seek re-election in 2022, igniting a messy GOP primary at the time when the National Republican Party is trying to chart direction after Trump's departure. St. Paul, Minnesota, former Hormel Foods CEO Jeffrey Ittering has won a Democratic primary to finish the term of the Minnesota Congress, who died in office. Ittering, a political newcomer who had far outraising several rivals, easily prevailed Tuesday in a field that included Richard Painter, a University of Minnesota law professor who was the ethics lawyer during President George W. Bush administration. Bush Jr., by the way, ladies and gentlemen. He will face the winner of the Republican primary in the special general election August 9th to complete the term of Republican U.S. Representative Jim Hagedorn, who died of cancer in February. The southern Minnesota district is mostly rural and agricultural, with the exception of the cities of Rochester and Mankato, and leans Republican. Little Rock, Arkansas, former White House press secretary Sarah Sanders, who won Republican primary for Arkansas governor, called the fatal shooting of 18 children at Texas elementary school at Astark an humbling reminder of just how precious life is. Sanders, who has opposed gun control efforts, mentioned the shooting during her victory speech Tuesday night at Little Rock after winning the primary. Sanders is heavily favored in general election in solidly red Arkansas. Every single life has value. The most vulnerable among us are the ones we should be fighting for and protecting. Yeah, protecting the most, Sanders said. All can assure you can that in my administration, that is exactly what we will do. We will make sure that when a kid is in the womb, they're safe as they are in the classroom, the workplace, pursuing home, because every stage of life has value. Sanders didn't mention her former boss, former President Donald Trump, or former President Joe Biden during her victory speech. Sanders had focused heavily on national issues with ads that went after Biden and Democrats on issues like inflation, nuclear energy, and ordained Minister Chris Jones won the Democratic nomination to run against Sanders. Atlanta Republican Senate nominated Herschel Walker, and the U.S. Senate Raphael Warnock have opened their contest for Senate in Georgia with the sharp attacks. During a speech of the supporters in Atlanta on Tuesday, Walker accused Warnock of being a rubber stamp for President Joe Biden, who was responsible for inflation, crime, and other problems in the country. In a statement, Warnock campaign manager Quentin Fulks said Walker has a pattern. Yeah, he has a pattern of lies and exaggerations and outright bizarre claims that show he is not ready to serve Georgia in the Senate. Yeah, Walker's not going to win. Warnock's going to win because he's got the church behind him. And that's the only reason I will say that Warnock's going to win. Walker is just an idiot. He's another Trump flunky. He's another Trump flunky. He ain't going to win. Nobody's not going to take him seriously because either that, people are going to pick and choose who they're going to listen to. You got to understand, people are fickle. This is what they do. That's how they get down. So yeah, that's the thing with people. And that's just something that we got to get mindful of. So yeah, this stuff is very real, folks. Warnock and Walker won their respective primaries handily on Tuesday, setting up what is expected to be fierce general election contest that could decide which party controls the Senate. Atlanta, Georgia Governor Brian Kemp celebrated his primary victory without mentioning former President Donald Trump, who had endorsed former U.S. Senate David Perdue in the governor's race. Conservatives across our state didn't listen to the noise. They didn't get distracted, but they know our record of fighting and winning for hard-working Georgians. Kemp told supporters at the College Football Hall of Fame in downtown Atlanta. He thanked Purdue for a nice photo call early in the evening and for his support. He then turned his attentions to his upcoming rematch with Democratic Stacey Abrams. That's gonna be she's gonna win. Kemp's gonna lose. She's got all the support. She's got all the backing. Yeah, Democrats gonna get that. I guarantee you that. Look what's happening around the world. Things are changing. Anybody playing? So I don't think people want Kemp, but Kemp couldn't be trusted. I wouldn't trust Kemp no way. Georgia's already blue at this point, so it's not going anywhere. It's about that money, man. It's already over. The right thought's been over. Look what's going on YouTube. What's the point? Our battle is far from over tonight. That the fight for the soul of our state begins to make sure that Stacey Abrams is not going to be our governor or the next president. Kemp said he attacked Abrams' woke agenda and said she's not interested in Georgia. She just wants to use the state as a stepping stone to the White House. Well, it don't really matter. It don't really matter. If she does win, it don't matter. She'll stay in Georgia. Let's see what she can do if she wins. But Kemp ain't did shit. He's just another guy that's gonna be one term. He ain't gonna win this one. Ain't nobody gonna vote for him like that. That's why I ain't gonna support him either. Because I know he's trash. Because he's the one with the crime rates right now. Republicans allow the crime rates to happen. That's why Democrats ain't doing shit. So Republicans are responsible for the crime rate. They're responsible for the money coming in and things like that. People choose to live there because they're ignorant. Ignorant people create crime rates. no matter what color. Remember, I said that on this channel. I've always preached that. He attacked Abrams' woke agenda, blah, blah, blah. Little Rock, Arkansas. Senator John Bozeman has won the Republican primary in Arkansas, fending off the efforts by challenging on the right after relying heavily on his endorsement from Donald Trump and the state's top GOP figures. Bozeman defeated three rivals in the Tuesday's Republican primary. Three Democrats were seeking the party's nomination for Bozeman's seat in Tuesday's primary. The soft-spoken two-term senator had Trump's backing, which featured prominently in every ad and mailer, had adopted a more combative style during his reelection bid. Boozman is the line to the chair to the Senate Agriculture Committee. If the Republican win control of the Senate, he had the backing of groups like the National Rifle Association, NRA. That's what this is about, the guns and shit. What I tell y'all? What I tell y'all? But his challenges have tried his portray to the incumbent lawmaker are not conservative enough. They include former NFL player Jake Beckett, who had the support of the super PAC that spent more than $1.5 million on ads supporting his bid attacking Boozman. Conservative activist Jan Morgan and Pastor Heath Loftius also sought the nomination. So yeah, you got the Atlanta's Lucy McBeth defeated fellow Democratic U.S. Representative Carolyn Bordeaux in Georgia in primary race between two incumbents who became rising stars after flipping districts long held by Republicans. A contest in Metro Atlanta in the 7th Congressional District and cost Democrats one of the two Georgia's lawmakers who have picked up House seats for the party since 2018. McBeth elected to the run for Bordeaux's seat rather than stand for re-election in the neighboring 6th district, which had she represented for 2 terms. McBeth left her former district after the Republican-controlled state legislatures redrew it more conservative. So yeah, it's not much. I'm gonna give y'all the rest of this article. I'm not gonna spend too much time on it. I'm just gonna give y'all the meat and the gist. What's going on, Leticia? What's going on? What's going on? I'm gonna get this down to the wire. Paste this right quick. Yeah, we'll get this out the way real quick. So we're gonna get this out of here. So yeah, basically that's the primary, and I'm just now here talking, because I just typed this in, and I'm gonna stop it real quick because this is getting janky a little bit janky. So, the game's going on. I know the Heat and the Celtics. I will say Game 5 series title 2-2. But enough of that, because sports is not part of politics. That's just entertainment right now. Yeah, we're just talking about current events and politics at the moment. So that's when I do my political talk Wednesdays. Always do that. And we stick to it. That's just my actual content. And I'm just saying in so many words. Let me get my little lighting. Yeah. Yeah. Get my voice in. Yeah. No fuck ups, no nothing. All right. That's just the current, the events. Yeah. Pretty much people's getting ready for midterms, they getting a little runoffs and things like that, and it's coming. I gotta vote for some of the primaries too, probably next month. I don't know when. The Stacey Abrams things that we're gonna go through. So yeah, we're gonna do that. So not really much going on. Yeah, they still talking about that shooting, but that's really much the sad part about it. You know. So the shooter is just pretty much he's just into it. And I'm just saying, like, you have this all the time. And a lot of people think it's boring and talking about this stuff. Like, this is important because you see this a lot all the time. I'm gonna take my shoes off for a minute and get this thing going. Get this thing going. Get my other shirt in. But yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna get my interface going. Make sure no interference is going. All right. So we have those, and you have those articles I dropped, and that's all I got. I ain't got really much to say. But the political stuff, mostly you see this a lot, and then I think normally you'll see this coming in the future. And like I said, this stuff is just very, very, very telling. Very, very telling. And you have it right here. You just make sure your things is in order. So you make sure what's going to happen in due time. And I'm not really surprised that people just buy into the nonsense that you see people start shooting and they go crazy and then they're gonna take against that. Technically they're not. Everybody's not going for it. It's just you see people when they get sick, and especially these kids, they're brainwashed. And I'm just feeling like, man, this is wild. Like I have a whatchamacallit. Let's see right here. Oh, Melanie's going tonight. I ain't gonna be able to watch that. Shouts out to Melody. I'm watching the game though. Shouts out to Baller X. He said Ramel clowns. Yeah. And they gonna watch her. Ain't nobody watching that bitch. She's irrelevant. But anyways, let's get to the nitty gritty. Yeah, everybody's going in tonight. So Wednesday's that night. I guess that's the night. Okay. Let me see. Community tab. All right, all right, all right, all right. So yeah, I'm live right now. Yeah, a former co-worker was jailed. Uh, care worker jailed for after murdering a baby. She was hoping to adopt. Kill that white baby. Yeah, people going off, man. I tell you, after that pandemic, they went crazy. Man, these people are evil. Okay, white liberals know better. Listen to them. Hassan versus that dude that taught that class. His name is Jointy. Okay, if y'all see that video from Alvin Preach, check out the video that boy did to talk about the Klan. It's in my community tab. Check that out. Check that out. And I want to show y'all that you can have conversations like that. I'm not a fan of the Klan. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Me on this channel or any platform, I'm not a fan of the ass. Period. It's I ain't gonna say it's brave what he did. He's bold, but it's uncomfortable conversations he had, and he's young. And I'll tell you how old he is. He's 21. At that age, I wouldn't have done that because the tensions was back then. It was tension. I dealt with that in person, besides online. So I dealt with that in person in the South. So I can tell you from experience. So he went out there somewhere. I don't know if it's Arkansas. It's somewhere around the South. He took a look for himself and wanted to meet the Klan leader. I tell you, that nigga was brave, but he was bold. He wasn't just brave; he was bold. He didn't give a shit. This nigga went outside and challenged the actual environment and the Walmart store to find a Klan leader. So I want y'all to look at that from Alvin Preach. It was very telling, and I like that. I could have seen the video. I could have posted it on the community tab, but I want y'all to go see it and hit their little link that they post at the end of their video. Yeah, y'all need to check that out. I have that on the community tab. But yeah, I just want to share that because I feel like that's important. That's okay to talk to different people, different perspectives, but sometimes if the things you walk away, but it's in brief, you know what I mean? Because you got to they act. You don't have to change them. I like what the guy said. You don't have to change their mind or anything. You know, they're gonna be who they are long term. So this is good that he made that attempt at that age, and you don't have young people, and young people ain't afraid anymore. They're not afraid anymore. They're not afraid anymore because they're showing you they're gonna take the links and risk to see where they are. So that young man deserved my respect for what he did at his age. I salute him, and that's not easy to do. I wouldn't have done it. That wouldn't be me. But he's a bold motherfucker for doing that. So I have to give him. I have to give him respect. I can't hate on somebody like that long term, because long term you need shit like that to happen. You know, for got to have a balancing of the worlds. Yeah, there's some evil in the world, but still, you got to have a little balance and say, I can do this long term. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to persuade nobody either. But it's a beautiful thing that he did that at that age. He got my respect from over here. And I'm like close to 35 plus. So I can tell you from experience, like dealing with people like that and then try to challenge, ask questions, especially his age. He's doing a good job. Especially he's got a bigger following on YouTube. I salute dudes like that. So, you know, and I'm glad I saw that this morning. I said that made me smile when he did that. But, you know, it was bold what he did. You know, he didn't care for him as much, but he made me look at it like, okay, he can do it. Anybody can. Yeah, he can. He was bold enough to do it. It takes guts to do shit like that. So you got to give men a credit like that. You got to give dudes props. So sometimes you got to look at people for what it is. When you give people props, you give them understanding. And people ain't going to like you long term. So he took that risk. So you got to salute guys like that. And it's not easy to do. So yeah, you know, this stuff right here is very, very, very real. So I'm not saying anything different. I'm not saying anything different. And that's just how it is. Oh, heard some interference. My fault. Yeah, I heard some interference. I didn't want to hear that interference. Heard it. Heard some interference. I didn't want to do that. Cause cell phone that brings interference. Electricity. Do your thing. So, you know, the one thing I'm glad he did that, and I'm glad Alvin Priest saw that. Yeah, this young people are well versed of talking to people. When I was his age, I was like that too. And it's a good thing that you're seeing it more often. I think they should do it more often. Turn the computer off, go outside and challenge people if they got an issue with you. And that's just what it is. You get this under control and you're good. That's just what it is. So yeah, I'm just not surprised when people get upset over some dumb shit nowadays because you know people don't see what's in reality and what's in front of them. But you know, like things going on, you see all the madness, but through it, I smile through the nonsense because I already knew what people are on. This is like a repeat of years and years ago. See, the pandemic didn't change a bit. It reset a lot of things, people's lives, but it didn't change their attitudes, who they are. I give you an example. We had a tornado back in 2006. I'll never get this. I was going to be 18 at the time. I think this was in April. I was going on 18 that year, right? And there's this dude named Roland, racist, right? This dude lost his house. And I think my mom said he was humble when he lost that house. And I told mom, no, he was not. And my folk went right back being racist again. Okay, how many disasters they got and that dude still had the same attitude? Or if it's a pandemic, they were right back who they were. Ain't that some shit? But that just shows you people don't change in time. They don't change over time. That takes time. But he didn't change, but he's still the same motherfucker. He ain't changed. He went right back the way he was. And I don't expect people to change. I don't give a fuck what people think. And we should. But that boy, what he did, uh, the brother right here, when I saw that clip from Alvin Preach, he did what he did. So you cannot get mad young people making that attempt. And I salute younger people like that in that generation. They're gonna break that bond of change, and they don't believe in that shit. And then you got certain generations don't believe. It was a mixed community in that community that said people said stay away from, and this Hassan Arabic guy, the far left idiot that he was challenging. I salute him. This stuff is very cool. Like I see younger dudes doing this, and I applaud young men like this. I think we should see more of it on YouTube. That's just me. I know I'm a little biased on certain people, but I suggest we should see it. So yeah. Oh, you watching Leticia? Okay. Okay, cool. Cool, cool, cool. Y'all give me 1 second, I'll be right back. Yeah, I'm back at it again. Okay. Ooh, damn, Nathaniel's on. Okay. Ooh, Celtics. Ooh, taking a big lead. Oh, they gonna close this shit out. Celtics trying to close this shit out. Okay. Back at it again. But yeah, the young man, he impressed me, man. Like I saw that and I said, I saw that this morning. I was like, I like young men like this because his generation, I respect some of them, but the majority of them, like that's a little older, they kind of dumb as hell. But the ones that's younger, like I'll say like 21 and down, that's the future. And then the alpha, that's what I'm trying to push. I ain't pushing these damn millennials and half of my no, fuck them. Let them fall down. We need the younger generation to do better. I mean, that's what my content's for. If you like some of it, you don't, that's fine. I got some older shit that y'all can listen to. I was saying years ago. Y'all can ask me anything. I try to tell you people in the chat. Y'all can listen to me. I can have that pull on content. So I got options for y'all to watch. Y'all don't have to watch the live streams because the live streams don't really matter. That's just time. You know, that you'll get those views in time because some people still watch them and try to catch up because they watching the ones that's quick now because of the fuckery. And I respect that, you know, because some people they just like the entertainment value. But see, when you talk about the political stuff, they'd be like, I don't want to talk about that. You know, they look at you like you crazy. That's the shit I'm talking about. But that's the shit that we got to deal with. You know what I mean? You know, just some people just not going to take it very well. You know what I'm saying? But let's deal with it. Like, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying it's the obvious. I mean, what y'all saying is so many words. People are going to look at it differently. So what do you expect people to say? People going to say a lot of shit. You just got to understand something. People are just going to be people. You can't get mad. I don't understand why people just don't see that. So again, that's just the stuff that you got to deal with. And I'm not tripping off what's going on. Yeah, man. You get all that stuff. So, oh, my internet is strong now. That's good. Yeah, I was struggling last night, and I'm not having that again. But yeah, it's pretty much the same shit that we see in politics and stuff. And speaking of which, old capitalism, you know, let's talk about that. In case y'all forgot, capitalism is the economic and social system, also a mode of production, and which is the name of production and predominantly privately owned and operated for profit, distribution, and exchange is mainly market economy. Usually considered to involve the right of individuals, corporations to trade using money and goods, services, labor, and land. That's capitalism. It's always been like that since the Middle Ages, Western world, of course, liberalism and laissez-faire economics in Western societies, just like Roman societies. Yeah. See, this is the old system. Life said dies, it repeats itself. There's histories of it. They said the caliphate in the Middle East, they said Roman Empire, I just mentioned the medieval. It's always been like this in these modern times. Then it was in the Victorian area. John Stuart Mill, also John the Bastille, John Stuart Mill, the utilitarian concept. It's always been capitalistic. The greatest happiness of the greatest number, to capitalize someone's pain and glory. That's what utilitarianism is in some aspects, if you believe that. So yeah, you deal with this concept, and it's some of my basic philosophies. If y'all want to, jot that down, I got it right here. If y'all want to know, because I'm just spouting off right now. I'm just in here. But hey, it's not that much. It's gonna be something. So yeah, it's 9:04. It's 9:04. So we got an hour. So I'll do a 2 hour. I might do a 2 hour because I didn't get a 2 hour on this one, because I can easily cut this down to y'all and just talk and just play it for y'all, because I really like to speak. So yeah, no switches with the mic, just me, because I'm gonna sound different probably tomorrow. Yeah, I'm gonna sound different tomorrow. So y'all do what you do. So not really tripping over here. So yeah, I have to have these things. So like I tell y'all, man, like I tell y'all, it is what it is. And pretty much you see people just tripping about things going on with that shooting. That shooting kind of divided a lot of people. But there, And then speaking of race and racism, I've noticed all the school shooters is not really all black. It's mostly lighter people or white people. You notice that in history, but they ain't gonna talk about that. You don't see a lot of black people go crazy like that. They said they go to school shoot. No, we don't. We don't do shit like that. Only time we do that, I'll say a group of people that will do that, especially us specifically, is when we want something that's silly, unless it's something stupid. We'll do like because back in the day that was drive-bys. It was over money, drugs, over dumb shit. That's the only thing you can get us on. But the other shit, when it comes just straight killing and be mad, barbaric, bombing shit, we're not known for that. So our history is kind of like jaded. Now we try to do that, but if we fail, we end up getting killed by the cops. But blacks don't do that. History shows that. I mean, historically, ancient time we probably did that, but not like in modern times now in the 21st. No, we in 20th we tried that. That shit didn't work. Hell, we didn't own a lot of guns. Most of us don't even own that many guns. It's usually the white folks. See the difference? And then when I brought up race with old boy in that community tab, this correlates that what we're seeing now. I'll tell you, the summer's gonna be wild. I'm trying to tell you, early part of June is still spring until the 20th, and when the 20th hits, that's summertime. Summertime, it's gonna make a big difference, and you're gonna see that in July. July is gonna be violent, bro. I'm telling you. It's gonna be a dry summer in the mid of June to early July. You're gonna see some differences. A lot of people think they got it made. They ain't got it like that. You know what I'm saying? But that's one thing I can say about these things long term. So don't expect any changes. So yeah. Yeah. It is what it is. Yep. Yep. So I'm just wondering about that. You know what's going on in the world, like what I mentioned earlier in politics and what's going on here in the South, and then the elections are coming. It's just what it is. I mean, yeah, I'm watching the game and I know it's crazy and everything, but speaking of what's going on, I just want to look catch my thoughts that that shooter. I say, damn, he don't even look brown, like a white boy, like a Columbine shooter. He reminds me of that dude that shot up somewhere in North Carolina or Florida somewhere. But it's the same old shit. And some people, and then I saw Daylight, the battle rapper said, he said, this is a boring show. Yeah, it is pretty boring. It's pretty boring to talk about school shooters. School shooters exist, man. Like ever since, see, the pandemic hit a lot of bullshit on people until they start shooting. I told you that 2 years of pent up aggression is going to be a common thing. It will be a common thing. And I told y'all, the shit that y'all saw in the pandemic was light. This is going to escalate. And that's just That's just what it is. That's just what it is. So yeah, you're gonna see this a lot. You're gonna see this a lot lately. And the one thing I can say about people not caring, it's going to continue long term. So yeah, she said more on the Rob Elementary School. Okay, okay, yeah, that school's wild. I might catch that later. Yeah, I might catch that later. Yeah, I know people like they always talk about virtual record. I don't believe in that bullshit. Niggas is soft. Y'all ain't talking about shit. Fuck out of here. Y'all always want to cry foul, but y'all ain't gonna do shit. People always want to talk that shit, bro. Y'all ain't doing no actual content, bro. Stop it. I tell you, so much divided niggas, it ain't even funny. I'm not really caring anymore. I don't even want to hear that shit. I don't even want to hear that shit. Y'all niggas is inconsistent. And I'm not tripping on what people say nowadays. I really don't. So you get what you get and you just move on. There's tension everywhere, but you cannot expect people to change if people be on that bullshit. I'm just telling it like it is. I'm just being for real, for real. So yeah, after this shit that I'm seeing, like, after I get done with this, because the hour's approaching as we see. I'm just like saying, wow, this stuff right here is like, I'm not really tripping on if anything. So if y'all see me talking, I'm gonna put some clarity right now in my voice right now. I'm just saying some things and just moving on. And it is what it is. So you see it right now. And I'm just telling y'all, man, we here now. So so I I don't know when people just gotta understand that guy was just a school shooter, but he was a young man that was misled and brainwashed. He was hurt, probably depressed or whatever, but they say he didn't had none of that. He just kills on. But this is the craziness that you see. The parents can't control what's going on. And especially, what I've read and I've seen all these articles and I read, I'm like, okay, this is it. And we talk about what's going on in midterms. And it's a political stunt with this, and I think they're gonna try to take people's guns away. I highly doubt it. Um, everybody's not gonna. It's not gonna happen. The only way that's gonna happen is like when some shit goes wrong or whatever. But America's already broken. It's gonna kill itself. You get too much tension on the line, and it will not work long term. People are willing to give their guns and get killed off. See, we got so much shit here. It's not even funny. Corporations run this country. Y'all do know that. And then the combination of peoples and oligarchs that we have, it's going to eat itself like the Roman Empire. It's going to be shambles like you see now. And I'm playing a game called Witcher 3. It's based off, you got your politics from that second game I played on Xbox. I'm playing the Xbox version right now on the new game. Plus, I just played the PlayStation version, I will say the standard of Death March, the two hardest difficulty levels. I think the other one on PlayStation, I'm going to the Isles now, but I'm stuck in the northern part. Now I'm in the beginning in the new game plus with the White Orchard. But if you notice in certain sequences in these places, they had dead territories. If you notice, all the bodies was lynched and hung, right? They was gonna hang the sources and witches on my PlayStation version on the Death March level, right? If I come back and finish the Isles and then try to catch this woman, you see all the non-humans getting killed left and right. So that's what you're seeing now. It repeats itself over and over again. But a fictional story like Witcher 3 and other sequences like medieval and Roman Empire times, you see this shit all the time. America is known to be loose based off what its founding fathers, and I saw this on French Twitter. They was talking about the race and the guns. It's not gonna happen. The only way they can do that is shit gonna collapse, or they ain't able to do it no way. Nobody's not gonna take a country like this down. It takes within. It's too stretched in at this point. So yeah. Yeah. I still play it a little bit. I'm trying to finish the Death March version of that. But the good thing about that is that game exposed a lot of classism. I don't know if you could say racism with the elves and the witches and Witcher, right? But it is telling on itself. It's a Polish game. Polish stories based off Poland and things like that in Europe. This is right around, okay, the game is based off 13th century. It goes to 10th century to 13th century type mindset. The mindset of 13th century people thinking back then was thinking from the 10th century and beyond, based off the ancient days, how they fought back then in guilds and principles. See, they minds was semi prehistoric. Our minds is in the future. We got guns and bombs and shit. If you want to go back to the early, uh, I will say about 17th century and on down. I mean, you had it in 14th, 15th century and 16th century, but let's go to 17th century all the way down to now. We're future. We got all types of projectile weapons. Future. So this stuff is it's nothing new. You know, people act like this shit is new. This is not new, folks. This is just a continuation of what we're seeing right now, and it's forever. So yeah, you're gonna see this way more often. So I'm not surprised. So you see this a lot, and I think people are just gonna be like, okay, that series and the series of politics that we're seeing today, it's just like I felt like I was looking at that, I was like, okay, all these killings and all around the world in history, and they want to talk about history. Well, look at the stuff that you see in movies and stuff. Now, video games and movies are not bad. It's all entertainment, right? But there's some educational pieces that did happen in those time periods. But if you do proper research, you can't stop countries like that. Now, America's no different. We've seen a lot of shit. This country has done a lot and won't admit. And I think when I referenced that boy earlier in the clip where Alvin Priest was talking about, he was brave to talk about the Klan. Wanted to meet him and have conversation, but he was trying to chin check this Hassan guy, a bigger YouTuber, right? That's from the left side of the aisle of the politics. I don't care about the fake and right left nonsense because that doesn't exist. It's really the true, so it's no such thing as a right and left ideology. I think they're all fake. They're one and the same. If you're really lean towards the right, you can be righteous. Only the people that think liberal can be evilly left. There's no such thing as evil left and right. I just never bought into that. I mean, at one time when I was a Christian, I used to think that, but it's stupid. That's just to the divide. They're one and the same. Only difference is what you put into it. So liberals is always lean towards overtly, not quietly. There's no such thing as a quiet liberal. Liberal will always run their mouth. They hide shit from certain groups until they get exposed when they join a specific well-known party that always preaches nationalism. That's what actually a liberal is. He is a nationalist by birth. He's just a hypocrite. He always leans towards the right. He never leans towards the left. The left never likes him. If you're an anarchist, you're an anarchist. You don't need to be a liberal to be a left. Tell you that historically, you're not. You're basically an anarchist. That's left field. That's why people say, "Oh, he's going left field." Yeah, you're an anarchist. You can't be no liberal. Liberals always lean towards the right. They always lie about their ideology. That's the fuck up thing. If you really study it properly, you'd be like, "Oh shit." See, we're so used to American secular talk and bullshit. It's like religion. Y'all gotta get out of that. I was teaching that shit last year. I'm like, y'all need to get off that shit. That's what's dividing people now. That secular shit. And that's what you see now. Take this off. Yeah, I take this off this clip. It does fit on the mic clip. Good. So I'm not saying that y'all can't have no choice or anything. I'm just saying, like, just be mindful of what you're spewing. Just be mindful of what you're spewing. Because a lot of people, they just don't want to admit that they're wrong sometimes. And I used to talk to them about that 2 years ago when the politics and stuff. Then everything's gonna be left field and they're gonna talk the most shit. You get tired of that after a while. So you can't expect people to expect anything different. So I expect people to not act right and just not think clearly. And you gotta expect that even more. So yeah, the stuff I've seen long away, it's just like, modern politics is just it's just what it is. And I'm gonna see what's going on. But shouts out to everybody that came through. Oh man. Yeah. Like, okay, I'm over here talking. Yeah, history of capitalism and all that. Oh damn. I don't know why these ads showing actual microphones. I guess I'll be shopping or whatever. Yes, a delay in my shit. Yeah, that might probably picked it up. I'm itching like a motherfucker. It could be this shirt, undershirt. I'll get over it. Nerves is acting up. Nerves always act up when I'm doing something constructive, but that's okay. I got my clarity mic on here. Let's talk about Adam Smith historically. Yeah. Yeah, he's too loud. I don't want to leak that. It bleeds into the mic. Okay. Was a Scottish philosopher, political economist, age of enlightenment, and the key figures in the Scottish Enlightenment. He widely cited his father of modern economics, sometimes the father of modern capitalism. Okay. Magnum opus nations and individualism, but worked has been most influential in other areas of political philosophy, including utilitarianism. He was into that. Liberalism, libertarianism, socialism, and Marxism. And let me show you this dude right here, real quick. Let me screen share y'all something real quick, because I don't think y'all get the gist of dude right here. I'll read this part to y'all. He said individualism, but in Smith's work has been almost as influential in other areas of political philosophy, including utilitarianism, the greatest happiness of the greatest number, ideology right here, and liberalism, of course. Libertarianism, they try to say small government, socialism, equality, right? And Marxism is a form of this, and communism of socialism, subversion of that. But yeah, then he talks about individualism. We're going to talk about individualism. It's a more political, social outlook, stresses human independence and importance. We're going to talk about this. Um, we're going to do a series about this real soon. I'm going to put this under libertarian, because that way we're gonna break this down. We're gonna break individualism down. We're gonna get that on the way. So this is the guy that was part of the founding fathers of that, Adam Smith and things like that. So yeah, and we're gonna get into his life. Not so much David Hume, the skeptical deist ethics, and y'all can read the rest. But I'm just saying we've talked about Adam Smith for numerous of times. I talked about him several times on all the ideologies like libertarianism, liberalism, utilitarianism. That's mentioned him a few times. So I can give y'all this link right here, and that basically sums up what he's about long term. So yeah, let's go put that there. And I'm just like happy to say, this is the type of stuff that I talk about. Let's put that in there and just like, all right, we'll put some clarity in my voice. So it's not much, and oh shit, let me get my little thing right. Yeah, it's an hour. We're gonna get 2 hours in. So I don't know what's going on up here. Yeah. Yeah, it's an hour in, but most most people still talking about that shooting and things like that nature. So we get into it. This got a little handling noise, but we'll be all right. We'll be good. And I'm just gonna just talk to y'all for a minute and just get it on, you know. And like I said, this stuff is nothing new. Like you see this a lot, and then you got people tripping about the shooting and things like that nature. And the boy's like, the boy's shooting. He's shooting up the place. What do you expect? He's gonna do this a lot. It's gonna be people worse than him. Like I said, this stuff is not new, y'all. And think about it. This is going to be a continuation in the future. And not only you see this a lot, it's going to continue on even more. So yeah, you got things like that in the works. So I'm not expecting people to should be happy about certain things, because I don't know what Thursday's gonna be like tomorrow, so it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be very fun, and y'all just got to be mindful of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, what do y'all expect? It's one that different feels. Just gotta get with it. You know, And I'm just like, oh, okay. I see where y'all going with it. But like it's gonna be an hour, because I know, I'll get it in. So when the 2 hours flow by, you already know because I'm gonna cut it short in 2 hours, and it's just what it is. And I'm just saying, for at this point, I keep playing with my name. Let me change it real quick. I need something. Yeah, become a Sir Element right now. Yours truly, but on YouTube, y'all know me as Sir O, but Sir Element is speaking right now. Also call myself Sir Emerald, Sir Element. Y'all appreciate the vibes. I know y'all love it. Yeah, I had to get in my Emerald voice, sound a little clarity, but you know how it is. And I'm just like saying, like, this stuff is pretty much what you have in mind. So, yeah, I got my other trusty. So, I'm just on here and just like, I got me a microphone on the other end. You know, how to use it. Oh man, I love this clarity. I mean, this is like my go-to driver. The other one's just like, oh, I'm gonna go dark for y'all for a minute. Hold on for a minute. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I had to go dark. I had to go dark for a minute. Yeah, the other one's like a driver, my daily. It has a little clarity to it, but stirability. But I was like playing with this back and forth. But yeah, but political terms, I just saying, like, most people, they just gonna be like what I said earlier in the stream. I said they in the racist. They in the racist what they want. And Stacey Abrams is gonna challenge them on the healthcare thing, and that's most important. But Jesus, I know. And it's just what it is. Like I know it's gonna be about the healthcare issue because women are gonna protect the children. Like what you see in this shooting, it's just like it's just what it is. Like that's gonna be the most important thing. So you see this a lot, and I think most people will just be like, okay, this is gonna be how we're gonna see it right now for now. And that's fine. Oh, that's fine. That's fine. And that's just how I see it, because what she's trying to do is make sure that most people are just gonna be like, okay, get out there and vote. She's got a little bit of everybody, every nationality there is. But the white man, he's gonna have the support of certain people. It's gonna be mostly men. And the turnout is gonna be interesting in 2024, the governor election. So the midterms is coming, and the elections in Well, no, it's this year. The governor's race this year is 2022, but the next 2 years will be the presidential election because it repeats the 2 year cycle. I talked about this last year, and I was like, this is gonna, a lot of change. You got women still running for politics in every country, and now in the U.S., they're doing damage. They're tired of seeing men running the country. Now you're gonna see some differences in the world. So you're seeing it right now, but it's people just gonna be wild. Yeah. Yeah, because mainly you just you gotta understand that that's the thing with Stacey Abrams. She's putting that pressure on dudes, so you gotta expect that. Yeah, expect that. So I'm not expecting people to not learning anything. It's just like and I'm just like okay, okay. I mean, people are just wild, you know. And I normally don't do these type of live streams like, talk about the political stuff. It's just like when you talk about the women running, these things kind of matter in some way. So when you have somebody that's trying to do her best, I think the last time she ran, I'll never forget this. I was in the workplace. What year was it? Was it 2017? I think she was running for governor then when Kemp was running, and I'll never get it. And she said coastal Georgia. She said she's from coastal Georgia or something like that. It's different from Atlanta. And I saw that ad. It's not the same, because she was trying to go all over. And Kemp, typical Republican, right? He stayed to the course. To be honest with you, since he don't have the backing of Trump, this is what I've heard. That's why he's not going to win. So Republicans is divided. They're done. She's got the backing. That's why she's going to win this thing because it could be like a landslide because we got to see it in November. So people are going to show up and vote regardless. Ain't gonna be no mishaps because Democrats already got the House. Now the Senate and the governor race is gonna be the big difference. Now you're gonna see what Biden's gonna do. They already got Ukraine in the bag, so Russia's losing all their troops. They're retreating. They're still fighting Donbass and Mariupol. That ain't gonna work because if something happens to Putin, he's gonna get replaced. That's all I'm seeing right now on France 24. See, I've been focusing on that way more that I'm than other news, and I'm focused on other news sectors and other people too. I subscribe to different news sources, different countries, especially here too, because I balance it all out. What's going on each side, on the foreign front, the American front, the communities that you see in states, people panicking. These stuff matter. This stuff matters, and it affects everybody around the world. So yeah, so you see this stuff all the time. So you know, then that's how I look at it. And I don't understand why people just gonna act crazy in the moment. They just like, okay, okay. And one thing I'm like, I really find it funny that most people gonna think she's gonna lose that election. I just really she's gonna win it, and she's got that passion, she's got that fire to over pivot what she was trying to say in so many words, and the biblical part that she's trying to do. You know, yeah, I'm watching this game. It's kind of lopsided. It's kind of close tonight. Somebody's got to win it. It's only the second quarter. Yeah, people are showing up. So, only got another hour. He said that he urged fans to call Congress. After the moment of silence for Tuesday's tragedy, PA announcer at the playoff game encouraged spectators to demand support for common sense gun laws. See that there we go. NBA wants to get into this political stuff. See, let me touch on this real quick. Let me touch on this quick. You got a professional athletic sports league in the politics. See, it's already divided based off how they do the playoff games and things like. Now you got a team that's a playoff team going against the Celtics in the Eastern Conference Finals, is telling them to urge people about the gun laws and shit. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like, y'all should focus on the damn championship, not some damn shit that has nothing to do with you. What that boy did, what he did. This is a common issue in America. There's gonna be war of this. This is like Armageddon in different forms, but the bigger Armageddon is gonna be bloody. Oh, y'all gonna see that? That's future tense. I was talking this shit years ago with me and Elder Young one how it's gonna play out. It's unexpected, and people just get so silly that things don't happen like this. But the pandemic just escalated and made it worse. So y'all do what y'all do, and don't trip. I'm just saying, y'all gotta understand this stuff is for real, y'all. It's for real. Y'all can't expect me to not say anything. That's just the thing. So again, what are we talking about when it comes to terms of politics and then things like that? And then you just go around and just like, all right, we're gonna do our thing. Expect greater things to happen. You know what I'm saying? So you see this all the time, and then you be like, all right, we're gonna move in and just be in here. I'm just gonna navigate a little bit. Yeah, I'm gonna navigate a little bit. Gonna navigate for y'all a little bit. I don't know what's going to happen. Yeah, I had to make some adjustment, but you know, not only I see this a lot, I'm just like saying, okay, we're gonna be here. We're gonna be here, and just like I just want to say this. I'm like, okay, this is the certain things that you see, and then you be like, okay, and expect anything even more. So yeah, a lot of times people just be like, okay, we're gonna be here, and so many incidents. So yeah, I had to take that channel down. Yeah, mic channel down for a minute. Get the other one out the way. Hold on. So many cables. This out the way. Take that clarity off. Put this in here. I'm through with two channels because, get this out the way. Get the cables out the way. I don't want to damage nothing. There's so much cabling and all that. All right. 10 feet, 10 feet, 10 feet, 10 feet. Yeah, this is 10 feet. hmm Looks like it's 10 feet. Yeah, it's 10 feet. Okay, not a big problem. So one thing I can say, like, I understand and I feel it. You know, I don't get my little, yeah, feet up and close. Okay, so yeah, and they over here trying to tell people, oh, you need to help the people that's in need with the gun laws. I'm like, they ain't your business, Miami. He played the damn game. You got the lead against the damn Celtics right now. You got 42 points and they got what, 37. They gonna come back. It's halftime right now. If y'all lose this game, that's y'all's fault. Y'all don't care about no damn championship. Y'all care about way too much politics. Which one is it? Basketball or politics? I know people gonna try to say, "Well, just shut up and dribble," and I didn't really take offense to that at the time. I was into that shit, but then I said to myself, "It's silly." She was gonna say that anyway, but she had a point. She had a point. Some people gonna look at it racism and all that. Like, to me, I don't care. She had a point, and he responded like he always do, and he showed his hand. So yeah, I wish athletes don't talk about much politics like that. I mean, they're in it. I mean, besides Will Chamberlain, but you gotta blame Will Chamberlain for that. Will Chamberlain's probably number one at that. So you see this a lot, you know, because I'm waiting for the hour mark. When it gets 2 hours, I'm gonna cut it short because I ain't gonna be on it long. Because normally I do these for like 1 or 2 hours. Because especially my actual content, I just go in and just like, all right, I'm speaking because my internet's working now. It's not messing up because I had some mishaps Tuesday, but tonight was a good night. So tomorrow, 5:30. Oh yeah, I got some shots for y'all. I got some shots for y'all. I ain't got much, but I got some. I got some fire for y'all tomorrow because I ain't worried about no niggas, but we'll get down to the BS eventually. Got to, because some things you just got to remind folks who you are. I don't play that stuff, and I have to remind you who you are. And the dumb shits is going to happen. Like, you got to understand something. Yes, we're gonna talk about Lapeef's ass as always, and a little standard. Yeah, I throw shots at them, but this coming up Thursday, we're gonna see what they got. Cause I ain't gonna be streaming as much. And yes, I got the LBM Coliseum, my man. He was up there. Who's up there? Oh, I got a super chat with that. Oh, okay. Cool, cool, cool. Yeah, I had to get the LBM Coliseum, and they was talking about Kevin Samuels and that. We got that. So it's not pretty much. So yeah, I may get something tonight. So don't y'all worry. Don't y'all worry. I'm gonna leave this up. I gotta catch something tonight to see. But we don't done talk about current events and things like that, the headlines on the news. So pretty much that's much it what I have at the moment. So what's going on, Mike? Salute, salute. And DTN is like it normally does. It gets what it gets, and that series will end. That's a spring edition. That's something that I came up with, even though me and Drake came up with the idea, but I came up with the idea of DTN. So instead of saying Derelict News Network, let's call it Daily Thursday News Network. Oh, I was gonna make it preachy and all that. I said, nah, I didn't want to do the church music because I ain't trying to get challenged by these idiot ass Christians on here. So yeah, God, I love this interface. This interface is nice. I gotta see that playback with Sunday Madness. I'm regret seeing it, but I need to see that shit bad. I'll probably see it tomorrow morning or the afternoon. because I'm learning that the fact that this stuff is it's just pretty much night and day, night and day, and that's the thing about me because I've learned when you listen to yourself talking and you listen how you speak and testing this gear out and playing with it. I hope my order was like I know it's gonna probably come tomorrow. It's probably a delay. It's usually like that because I might get it tomorrow morning because you may never know because this stuff is wild sometimes. I'll test it before I even go for it. Yeah, it may come tomorrow because I'm not in no rush and no hurry to get it because it come on any day. It's on its way. Fixed ground. Yeah. Let's see. Let's see. We got the hours. So the political stuff, like you see it everywhere. They're still talking about that shooting. That's gonna be a topic all week, all weekend. So prepare for people talking about the BS. I'm just saying, like, do the research. That boy looked like a white boy, but he's Latino, right? No shots at him or anything. I'm just saying, like, what's the purpose of having him? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not really seriously saying he's bad. Where's the context of it? You know what I'm saying? Like, I really don't see anything wrong people carrying guns like that. But yeah, he was unstable. He was sick. And a lot of people try to say he had no illness. We don't know. They didn't want to say that. And the cops said he didn't have no illness. He was just straight killer. You know what I'm saying? But it's gonna turn racial a little bit this summer, and you're gonna see that. But to me, it wasn't even racial. But racially, it's usually the white folks doing all the killing. Want to kill children like that. I mean, only time we do that is over something small. Money, food, and drugs and all that other shit. You take that out, we ain't even like that. But the other people, they just straight kill. People are. Let me tell you something. Most all people, all colors, are capable of killing. I'm just saying there's different degrees of how they look at it. So you got to be careful how people judge us and do the research in the history because that stuff is wild long term, and you see this a lot. And that's the thing that I don't understand that people talk about it long termly. And I think when you see this stuff, that's the stuff that you see in its own right. Now, I'm not saying that this stuff don't happen a lot, but there's always been mass shootings histories. I mean, you can look at statistics of what's going on, but white folks historically has always been involved in that in the stat sheets. If you want to get technical, because black folks don't be doing stuff like that long term. I just don't see people just going out there and going crazy over something small like that. And that's just how I look at it historically. Even when I was coming up, they always doing some crazy stuff, and it's what they were taught. What this country was founded. That's what they've always been taught that way. So yeah, I've been watching news based off that and saying what's going on with people, things of that nature. You're saying that the boys out here shooting, doing damage, and they said he shot his grandmother. I've heard he was living with his grandmother then, and after that incident, shot his grandmother. Because they say he was picked on and he retaliated, and he's dead now, so he can't even defend himself. That's wild. That's wild. And that lets you know something was behind that. And I don't know if he had a plan. This is after the when that boy did that shooting. It's just what it is. I don't know what the plan, what it was. So that let me know long term. And then you see this a lot. So again, this is not new. This is not new. So I expect that to be even better. So you see this a lot, because long termly, this is going to continue long term. This is going to continue long term. I don't think the issue will never be solved when American violence based off its history. So, yeah, y'all give me a couple seconds or y'all just give me a minute. I'll be right back. I'm going on mute for a minute. Yep. 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 So, yeah, right on the fourth dial. I figured it out. Okay. Whew. Because when I go too high, I go crazy. Yeah, that's that little meter. I like this little meter. Yeah, because I was going too high. I don't have to turn the gain up super high. Yeah, crack it up around 9 o'clock. Trying to get away from that. I'm on negative six, just trying to stick with that. Stay away from zero. Even though I have it padded and shit, this block sounds good. One channel's nice. I usually do two mics and two channels, but I don't start doing one for now on. Just if I want two channel mics, yeah, I can have the handheld on standby. I'll hook that in and just because that way I could always use two mics on deck. So yeah, it's pretty much it. Yeah, as long as I got this good cable and all that, I'm good. Whew. But yeah, yeah, this summer is gonna be very, very interesting. So y'all already know what it is. We're gonna keep it that way. Yeah, Sunday Madness. I'm gonna make some real good changes. Yeah, I got some background. Let me, let me look at this right quick. Yeah, I got some good background. Yeah, this will work. Got my pre-record background and all that. Yeah, got the sky picture. That's gonna be for Sunday Madness. Yeah, I'm gonna drill that in. That's gonna be a little different once I promote that. I'm gonna get that on the wraps. Yeah, StreamYard's on deck. I'm gonna play with it a little bit. Yeah, y'all gonna see some wild shit. But in a way, I'm just like, yeah, we here mainly just talking about the political stuff. So I'm just here for now on this little ride. So yeah, oh, the connection's good. I don't have to worry about nothing. You got people just acting crazy right now at this point. Yep, everybody loves StreamYards. Everybody loves doing their thing. They just love talking. Typical. I use different stream decks, and I'm just like, all right, I gotta do this. That's some crazy stuff. But I like it though, man. Like you learn a lot of stuff. I've been watching a lot of tech stuff, so y'all gotta forgive me. I've been watching. Even though watched a little bit of bullshit, but I watched a lot of tech stuff. I'm just kind of learning my lane and getting used to this, and trying to get my live stream struggles out the way. And I did that last year. Did long live streams like I did for like how much was it? I would say from the longest I did was like five long streams. I started out 5 hours up to 12 hours. That's a lot. Done that on this channel. 10 was the record, and then I broke that and it ended up being 12. That was on that Sunday Madness number 2. Oh man. Woo! That was some wild shit. And this is the pandemic period. The tail end was about to be headed out of the pandemic period. So we did good. We did very good. So most people just didn't like the way we was going with it. And it's 10 something right now. So I'm just getting my last rounds off before I even come out here. So, it is what it is. I provided 2 links. This is a political segment of the situation in modern politics. So we're gonna get this in. I just gotta get my 2 hours in because from last night I didn't get what I get. The internet done knocked me off. I was just like, oh shit, let me get my talking in so I can get my 2 hours in because I don't want to do no 1 hour. 2 hours is my max, and three really. If I really want to talk to y'all longer, so much to show y'all. But Thursday, it's an hour segment. You already know. You already know. And I'm just boiling down the thing here. So yeah, you know what it is. You know what it is. That's just bottom line. And I really just laughing at people trying me like, man, I got this audio down pat, and y'all over here struggling, man. And get my shit right. I'm always fully prepared. And this thing right here gets cold like ice when I take this off. Whew. I'm gonna start recording probably Friday, or I might drop something Friday. I don't know. I might drop something Friday morning. and just I don't know, probably Thursday or Friday morning. We'll see. I'll drop some recording. I don't know what I'm gonna do Thursday. I may drop some recording. I may drop some recording. So it's pretty much I'm just saying, yeah, yeah. Y'all probably hear the handling noise, but I hardly really hear handling noise. A little bit, but not as much. Them other ones, I'm just gonna have to test them all out. But yeah, this is the thing. Yeah, I'll have to give me some extra cables or some shit. It don't really matter because it's TourTech cable. They're all good, but I'm gonna get some Hosa cables. I might have to buy separate cables or something. See what they got. Let's see what they got. I'm gonna look at what Sweetwater got cable wise. I'm buying accessories probably all year. That's basically what I'm trying to do. I'm buy all the accessories. Oh man, I gotta get that sinus out the way. Wee. Oh, it's dwindling down. Okay, it's dwindling down. But yeah, yeah. Let's see what's in the chat room. Oh wow. Yeah, I'm just out here. I don't know who's tripping back there. Oh, let me take this off the charger. Let me take this off the charger. God damn. Let me take this off the charger. Only this hooked in and all that. Oh, they updated the smartest audio interface for. Oh God, here we go with the bullshit. Here we go with the bullshit. It's the smartest interface in the world. Look at these boys. They so fucking goofy. It's the smartest interface in the world. I'm like, they crazy. And meanwhile, we're talking about modern politics. Oh my God. And people talk about the shooting and the death. That boy was a terrorist. He's a child. They're trying to, not let younger people have guns, which is a good thing. Younger people should not have guns. And it's It's kind of, it's not really stupid, but I'm glad they're doing it. It's a way to do that. Just say they can't have guns. Don't take everybody's guns. Put an age limit on anything. Just like they see YouTube didn't do that when Copa came in. That's what's going to divide the world up. Some people are just dumb. Like if y'all don't want children, don't have them. And it goes back to that abortion thing and the guns and all that stuff. It's all connected to reproduction. Reproduction politics is very emotional. People get super emotional when you talk about the real shit, and people just want to look at you like you crazy. And I don't want to deal with this shit. Well, if you don't want kids, don't have them. It's that fucking simple. Ain't nobody tell you to lay down and fuck that person. It's a responsibility to have things like that. So again, people gotta understand this stuff is it's nothing new. This is nothing new. Y'all just gotta understand that most people are not applying what they're applying, right? It's just basically what it is. So you see this a lot, and then they just like acting all crazy. You know what's going on, and they expect us to not care in the long term. So I understand people's frustrations and their livelihoods and things like that. Oh, let me get out of that interference. Sorry, 'cause my interface will pick that up. And, my cell phones will fuck that up. You hear that humming? That sound. Never put your cell phone on the interface, ladies and gentlemen. It does some humming. Those like. Let me monitor a little bit. Yeah, boom. Yeah, put my output down. Yeah, yeah, get my signal right. So you know what I mean. God, this thing over here. Let me see what I got over here. Throw on this little clothing. Oh shit. This little clothing over here. Yeah. I'll readjust this later. I got this mess going in here. Put this nice shirt back in the closet and I'll wear it twice before I wash it. Yeah. I'll get the 2 hour and I'm gonna start editing. God, I love this microphone. This is like this is my second, it's about to be my third daily driver. I have 4 daily driver microphones. There are 3 handhelds. I'm about to get one probably tomorrow. Hope it comes through. That would be my second one. And my third one will be this one right here. I won't have 5 mics that are my daily drivers because I'm gonna get one in July. I'm gonna break the bank on that one. Yeah, let's I get my shit right. And that's it for microphones, period. Dynamic land. Then the condenser, you already know. I'll roll with that. So again, I won't keep the 2 that I got. I'll see. The other one's nice. Yeah, I like this one on the table too. I hardly ever use it. I'm gonna play with it sound by sound. But it's got so many gain knob controls. Picks up a lot of noise, but I gotta use these headphones that I got. I only use the Samsung on that. Knocks the bleed out. It's got a mute button, and it's kind of crazy when they have this feature. But the other one that's USB as well, it's it's dynamic. I like that one better. It blocks a lot of sounds. I use the same headphones that I monitor in the interface. I use it with the Python as well. It don't have that quarter inch jack. It comes with a quarter inch jack, but then I put that with my other. Yeah, that's why I like that one. Now I can't get rid of that one. Now the Bumblebee is nice. I keep that one because I hardly ever use it. I only use it for pre-records and shit. May use it on panels. I don't know. Keep the ones I got. Yeah. I'll add another one. And that's my microphones that I got. I'll stick to one I got. One I got in the case. Got all the polar patterns. Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna see. Oh, it's 2 hours. Okay. Shouts out to everybody that came through. Who else came through? I will say shouts out to Leticia, Wacky, and Mike. Appreciate y'all for coming through. Yeah, this is all I want to talk about in political stuff. We talked about the shooter. We talked about what's going on in GA and modern politics in the South, rest of the South too. We talked about various things. I put the two links in the chat for y'all to read later. And check out old boy in the community tab that I had with Alvin Preach. And it's just what it is. So yeah, you know, and I'm just like out here. And I'm just like, yeah, I'm out here. So that's all I want to talk about. It's just like a little Wednesday stream, like 2 hours and we're gonna knock this out. I just want to drop a little bit my take on the updates of the shooting and things like that and referencing things to history. And then I saw a little debates on France 24. So yeah, that's all I got. All right. So with that, peace and shalom, and I'm out. Until the next one. Peace.